All right, 5 things I wish I knew when I bought my first house. So I've got 5 different things for you guys. This is going to be really educational, just a change up. I'm in my office today. So let's dive into these things. Number 1 is know what you want and know what you need. I always encourage my buyers, make 2 lists for me. On one list, give me all the things that you want. I close my eyes and I'm dreaming of this gorgeous house. I want this, and that. And then let's come down to reality and say, okay, here's my needs, right? I need X, Y, and Z. And if a house comes up and it has X, Y, and Z, but maybe it doesn't have all those wants on it, is it still an option? Those are the questions you want to ask yourself. So always, before you start and sit down to purchase a home, know what you want, know what you need, identify those, and ask yourself that question. Hey, if I get X, Y, and Z, do I need these other things? Will it eliminate them or not? The biggest reason I always say to do that is because it helps the emotional factor. If you and I sit down, we go through these houses, oh, I love these 5 homes, right? I look at them, you go over them, and then all of a sudden it doesn't have, let's say, a fenced yard, right? Maybe a fenced yard isn't as important, but for you, we're gonna say it's a must. You have to have it. And these houses don't have a fenced yard. You like the house itself, but you're like, it doesn't have a fenced yard. We just wasted all of our afternoon. I don't like any of them. It has to have a fenced yard. Eventually, that starts to get old for you. When you go out time after time and look at homes, then it's like, oh, we still haven't found what we want. We don't know what we're gonna do. Well, it's because you don't know what you want yet. So make a list of what you want and what you need and what has to be in that future house, and then tell your agent that I don't want to even see a house if it doesn't have these items. If it has all 3 of these big things, show me. I'll write an offer if I like it. Otherwise, I don't want to see it. Absolutely don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time either, right? So that's my number 1 tip. Make a list of what you want and what you need. My number 2 tip is get a budget and stick to that budget. So your budget is $500,000, okay? There is a gorgeous house that just came on the market at $600,000. You're gonna go see that house and you are going to fall in love. Now, if you have the money, go see it, go buy it. You earned it, work for it, right? It's real estate, it's an investment, you're not blowing your money. However, if you don't put yourself through that. You are going to fall in love with this house. Why? Because it's more than you can afford. That's just natural, right? We do that. We always do that. So if it's more than what you can afford, just don't look at it. Make a budget. Your lender's going to help you with this budget. Make that budget something that you're comfortable with, but not compromising yourself. Stick with that budget and look at homes right within that price point, okay? Tip number 2. Tip number 3, find the right agent. If you're in Florida, I would love to help you, of course. Otherwise, I've got some awesome other great agents here that can help as well. If you're not, wherever you go, find the right agent. And what I mean by that is this is an agent, 1, obviously you like them, right? Your personalities are a mesh. You can work together with them without a problem. But 2, you need to make sure they're very educated on 2 different things. 1, the real estate market. They want to be very educated on the real estate market. For instance, right now I've been telling you guys, it's a seller's market. If you're looking to buy, don't mess around. Put an offer in, asking price or above. Your benefit is you get a low interest rate. If you sit down with an agent in today's market and they tell you, what do you want? You know, the sky's the limit, right? Let's go look at all these homes. I think we should negotiate. Let's get $50,000 off asking price. They don't know the market because that same house has 5 other offers. I get these offers. I still get these offers on houses. I have 5 offers all over asking, and then I have 1 offer that's $50,000 under ask. And like, do you know the real estate market? Now, if you're just trying to test it and you really don't love the house, but you want to test it, you do it, no problem. But at the same time, if you want the house, you need an agent that understands the market and knows what it is going to take for you to walk away with that house. So that is very important. They need to understand the real estate market. And number 2, they need to understand the location. That is such a big deal. They need to understand the location. There are so many things that can happen. Next month, all of a sudden, all the vacant land across the street, well, yeah, they're putting a big hotel in there. Wouldn't you have liked to know that before you bought the house? Yeah. Now, to an extent, obviously, we can't predict the future. But if there's anything that's going on and happening, you want that agent to be involved enough and understanding enough in the community that they can tell you that. hey, I just want to let you know, Mr. Charles, we are going to be putting sewer through all these homes and you're going to have $20,000 next year, or at least within the next 5 years as an assessment. Oh, I would like to know that before I bought the house too. Just another example. So you need to find an agent that is very educated on the real estate market. And number 2, very educated on the neighborhood or location that you are looking in, okay? Let's see, number 4, go and talk with a mortgage lender before you start shopping for a house. I've had this happen as well. We go house hunting, we're having so much fun, we find this house, it's gorgeous, oh my goodness, we're so excited. We write an offer, hey, Mr. Lender, can we get a pre-approval letter? How much is it? Oh, you know what? That's not gonna make the cut. We're not gonna be able to get that house. You do not want that feeling of falling in love with a house and then being told from a lender that we can't afford it for X, Y, or Z, right? For some reason. And you need to talk with the lender because it's not always going to be, lenders know what they do. I'm not going to pretend I know what they do. They just make it happen, right? So we're going to go with that. But at the same time, you may think that you could afford a certain monthly payment, and a lender will tell you, no, it has to be this way, right? It has to be this payment, or has to do with your debt to income ratio. It has to do with your credit score, different things like that. So always talk to a lender first. Hey, I'm personally comfortable with spending $500,000. Are you able to give me a loan for that amount, or do I need to change my expectations? Get the answer to that question before you go see a house, fall in love with it, and are disappointed. All of these things, I still have one left, but all of these things, if they are not done correctly, it can ruin the whole experience of buying your first home. This is a beautiful experience and it should feel exciting. And I mean, you should just be thrilled. You get to purchase your own home. If any of these things are not done, it could definitely change that. Okay, last but not least, and probably one of the most important ones, order a home inspection. That is so important. There are so many things that can come up in that inspection, and you want to know before you are in the house, by all means. So very important. Order a home inspection, and they will tell you, how long is the roof going to last? Is the septic good? Is the AC good? These are all things that if you got into the house, my goodness, can you imagine getting into a house and saying, okay, $30,000 for a brand new roof? That would not be a fun experience. So order a home inspection and know that you can negotiate. If things come up in that home inspection, you go back to the seller. Mr. Seller, I'm sure you had no idea, but there's like actually a big, huge hole in your kitchen. And like I can see the daylight. Really, it's not really going to happen. But at the same time, you can go back to them and tell them these things. And they have an option to either say, no, I'm not going to repair them. However, the next buyer is probably going to ask for the same thing. So generally they will work with you and say, I'll give you a credit, I'll do a repair beforehand. You never know. I always like to give this example. I had one house that we got a home inspection on it. It came back that the roof had to be replaced, the septic system had to be replaced, the AC had to be replaced, and there was the hot water heater had to be replaced, and an issue with the well. Oh my God, I mean, this is over $50,000 worth of repairs. So my client, of course, oh my goodness, Savannah, what are we gonna do? I love this house, but I can't pay for all these things. I told him, don't worry about it. We will go back to the sellers and see what they say. In this situation, I went back to the sellers and I asked them to fix all of those items, you know, just seeing what they're gonna say. It's over $50,000 worth of repairs. They fixed every single item on our list. So my seller, for the exact same price that we wrote an offer on the house, got a brand new roof, a brand new septic, a brand new AC, a brand new hot water heater, and the well fixed. That's huge. He could sell it for more now. He has more equity in it. So it makes a big difference. Don't be shy to ask for repairs. That's a big deal. You don't want to be hit with that whatsoever. That is my 5 things I wish I knew before I bought my first house. And I would suggest that if you're looking to buy your first house, make sure and listen to this. Or if you know someone that is, send them this video and let them know. Check this out. These things are very, very important. I want that to be a beautiful experience for you. That's how it should be. Okay? You guys have an awesome rest of your week. If you need anything, let me know. I am here for you. Bye.